This has gotten so messy. Discuss and take action to further study 4-year-old kindergarten. John moves.
What are we all going to do with that?
Well, that would be your discussion.
It's
So
on
you
the
second.
discussion.
If you don't second, you don't discuss. If you second, you discuss.
Is there a second to Don's motion?
I'll second it so we can discuss it.
Doug second. Now discussion. Take action to further study 4-year-old kindergarten. Dawn, you want to lead off?
Sure. I guess I would like to see the data of our students who come into kindergarten, where they do on the dial. I think that that's not the best measure. I think students score high on that, but I think that we have data when they do their assessments at the beginning of the year to look at where students come in and take a look at that information, if there's any areas that are weaknesses or holes in that information. I think we've looked at enough research regarding 4-year-old kindergarten. We have that information. We may need to review it at some point, but I think now we need to look at the data. And also I would like to see cost analysis of what that would look like, because we haven't seen specific dollars.
So I've got, I don't disagree with studying 4K, but I do disagree with doing anything until we actually have some concrete data coming out of the other. But here the problem I have right now is that this is kind of a generalized motion, there's really no motion. It's just kind of general thing, take action to further study. Doesn't really say anything. I don't know if you want to make an amendment to the motion to say specifics is what you're looking for. If there's a group, if you're going to do this, you're going to do that, because right now it's just a generalized thing. It doesn't really say what you said. You want to extend the amendment, I amended by the next time.
Part of the question would be, timing of it. When would you shoot for having a 4K program? And also some justification for it. We already know that we won't get basically payback for it. We'll be losing money for 3 years. It'll be an expensive cost. And we should have some criteria saying, do we really need this? Has it, will it provide a benefit? And do the taxpayers want to go along with it? Along with that, I would like to see us, put this onto a vote of the taxpayers to say, do you want to go forward with a 4-year-old kindergarten? There are a lot of people in this district that don't have students in the district, and they aren't looking for something as an alternative to daycare. So, and especially at these economic times, I cannot see having additional costs associated with our school district. We're already looking at a pretty large hit this coming year, and we need to spend our dollars wisely. I haven't been given a reason that we need to spend these dollars. And along with that would be, why do we go ahead and push for this 4-year-old kindergarten when we haven't identified anything? We haven't seen that there's a need. We've already said in the previous that we're going to identify what the prerequisite skills are going to be, and from that we should have a good idea, is there really a need for 4-year-old kindergarten?
That's what I really would like a committee form to look at the data that we have of our current students, to look at where they're coming in and what those look like. And to your point, Dan, of wanting to watch for title research from the information we've read, we have to be cautious with that, because a lot of the research shows that when you have students in Title I 4K or 3K or any of those things, that because they're the same population, you don't see as much growth as when they're in typical developing years who are exposed to that. So please keep that in mind as we look at that data as it comes in. Because we're looking at 2 years out, we'll likely see some of the long-term effects again, because same age peers aren't there. But we do know that 40% of our students are going to any daycare or preschool. I think that speaks to a need. I think we have early childhood students who could benefit from being with typical developing peer models. I think that would help them grow and have a more successful start to school. I think it makes us a marketable district. Maybe bring in open enrollment students from other districts who to have 4K. I'm not pushing through to 4K. I'm asking us to look at data of our current students and also looking at the cost analysis of what it would mean for us. I don't think we've seen those numbers, so I couldn't make a decision regarding that until I have that information.
Well, I think that Don's term of study is going to illuminate many of the questions you raised. That's what the study should cover.
I believe we're already doing that in the previous motion.
I don't think we really need his action on it. The committee can research that right now, and they can get the figures as to where we're lacking in that. And if they need some more input, they can ask, kindergarten teachers, whatever, to attend the committee meeting where we wouldn't have to have it as an action item. Just follow up at the committee level.
Kind of a point of order here. Yeah, I don't want to be nitpicky on this, but we really don't have really a clarified motion. We just have a motion for the study. I don't think that's really a motion. The committee can study anything it wants to study, right? So I think Mr. Yoke, the administration is looking for is, are we in favor of doing anything more on 4K over the next few years while we do a title funding, which has already been approved, or are we not in favor of it? We have very limited amount of resources and very limited personnel. If we keep administration spinning the wheel on 4K when we're not going to do anything with 4K, and we have time we need to spend on 4K title funding, then it would be kind of a waste of time on their part. It'd be better to apply it anyway on the title 4K, get that up and rolling, get the data from that, which was the original motion on that, and review that 2 years down the line, then look at do you need 4K for the population that is not covered by the title.
I'm really struggling last board meeting, and I know you weren't there yet, but we spent $64,000 on buildings and grounds. That could be a teacher's salary for 4K. And maybe there's benefits and things that go into there, but I think that I'll make an amendment that we take action to further study 4-year-old kindergarten to get data that shows where our incoming kindergartners are at.
So do you want to extend the motion to say that
Yeah.
in phraseology? Discuss and take action to further study 4-year-old kindergarten.
To get data of where our incoming kindergarten classes are at for the past 3 years and our current year this year. Let's look at 4 years of data. And then also to get cost analysis of what it would mean for 4K, so we can actually have numbers to talk about.
Mary? Have you got it?
Eric's
Someone's
kind of
got a
writing as
second.
fast as she can.
I'll second.
Second by Doug.
I think it's hard
So
for
it's
the
Dawn
board
and
second.
Her motion was an amendment to more stipulate, thank you very much for stipulating what the motion is. And Doug seconded it.
I still think it's hard before the horse. I will get a vote for this.
Further discussion?
You're voting on amendment now.
All those in favor of the amendment as Don proposed, signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, signify by saying no.
No.
3 noes, 2 ayes. Next on the action item,
Same one, back to the original, which is just discuss and take action for the study 4K. It's already been motion. Seconded.
We just did the amendment.
That was the
oh,
amendment.
I'm sorry, yes.
You got the final.
Yeah. Okay, back to the original motion. Further discussion on that? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, say no.
No.
Got it, Mary?
But just to clarify, this does not stop anything with Title I. 4K, that's in effect. The review of Title 4K, the rediscussion in 2 years of Title 4K. And in that original thing, we talked about how this would look from going out from Title 4K to our other student population.
Correct.
Okay, so for the foreseeable future, until Title one 4K is done in 2 years, when we review this again, we have no discussion on 4K currently. Correct?
Correct, but it
I
can
mean,
be,
it could be brought up.
yeah, it can be brought up, yes.
So we can bring it up at any meeting and say, we want to push this to the committee to discuss it.
And the committee can still ask for the day to see if we're lacking
Sort of.
certain spots when they're on our kindergarten screen.
And you're right, they can say, I want this on the
They brought to the board anyways.
Yeah.